Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 19 of SMY Podcast. I am Mano, and this is my friend Yash. Today, we'll be talking about something that we face in our daily lives. Find out what it is in just in a few seconds. Well, the topic we're going to be talking about today is fear, how to face our fear. Well, most humans, right, the Homo sapiens right now, or before us, have definitely had fears since a young age. And sometimes we were lucky enough to face our fears in real life experiences. Well, fear can it used to be a very big thing last time. Well, now it can be dealt with a very easy way right now. We'll get right into it soon. So Yash, take it away right now.
Well, first off, I'd like to mention that the concept of fear is it's all in our mind. Basically, it's how our mind reacts to seeing certain things or hearing certain sounds and how it reacts. And that's the thing, we should be able to control these reactions in order to avoid fear, right?
Yeah, true.
Now moving on. Not all people are lucky enough to face their fears, and some don't even want to face their fears. This is because their willpower isn't strong. Thing is, we should buckle up and we should learn to face our fears in a controlled environment, right?
Yeah,
Like,
true.
because you might never know how the journey of a human being throughout life takes a lot of twists and turns, and sometimes life likes to be an ironic thing, and it just likes to make us face our fears directly with full force. So we might as well just learn to face our fears in a controlled environment, so that we might know how to face them when the circumstances are different and more dangerous, right?
Yeah, true. And like you said before, right? Fear is some it's related to the lack of willpower. And why do you think that this willpower is not there within some people?
I couldn't say it's a matter of willpower, actually. Willpower is important, but another thing we need to see is fear itself, right?
Yeah.
Some fear and willpower in this scenario are intertwined together,
Okay.
right? So strengthen one and you weaken the other. Strengthen your willpower, you weaken the fear. You strengthen the fear, you weaken the willpower.
All right. I see.
In this scenario,
Well,
of course.
yeah. Well, definitely, it's right. It's definitely good, right? It's a very good experience and facing our fears because it's sometimes better to leave the comfort zone because you may never know what's waiting for you outside, and we may never know that, and we might end up thinking that fear may be something delusional going in our mind, and yeah, it's something that it isn't that scary as we think. So yeah, and indeed, life is actually very short, and if you want to live it to the fullest, and if you want,
Precisely. Precisely. Like, allow me to give you a scenario, right?
yeah,
Think of it as a race, but weights are attached to you, so it just slows you down. Now think of you uh, being just you, and the race is living life to the fullest.
yeah,
Whoever wins it lives life to the fullest, and the weight which is holding you back are your fears.
yeah, true, exactly that is a scenario.
We should, yes, we should learn to get rid of our fears by facing them in controlled environments and circumstances, so that we know what's going to happen when the circumstances are not controlled.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
And allow me to share a personal example. I used to be afraid of deep water or deep places in any swimming pool or ocean. So one day I decided to gather up my courage and when I grew tall enough, I decided to go to the deep edge of my old house's swimming pool, and I faced my fear of the deep area,
Yeah.
and it was not bad at all.
Yeah. So how
Now,
how was it how was it dealing with it? So how did you deal with it?
at first I was scared, but then as I slowly started to actually do the thing, it seemed not that bad after all. Now, Mino, could you please share what is one of your experience of facing your fears in life?
Um, Me, can't recall much right now because I think I would have faced all my fears. You know, well, like you said, the swimming pool thing's actually one of the fears I actually had because when I started swimming, I
Mhm.
used to be one of those students who couldn't swim and was really scared of water for I don't know for some what reason. And time passed by, I started to realize that I told myself, yo, you gotta buck up. You can't stay like this. You know, there are so many people swimming and like we said before, living life to the fullest, right? Emphasis on that. Um, so I started swimming. I used to be scared. Okay, to be honest, I used to be scared of water when I was the age of 7 or 8, which is still kind of late to be a swimmer, actually. And somehow I managed to face my fears. When I went into the water, I used to stay calm, and I go down. I used to, like you see, blow bubbles in the water, come up, blow bubbles, come up, and I used to swim for a short distance and come back. So it gradually became a
You got used to it,
yes. I got used to the rhythm, and now
right?
could say I could just go laps on and on, 10 laps, 20 laps, on and on.
Right.
See, so
So to give a conclusion, I just like to say that sometimes, excuse me for my voice, sometimes,
yeah, sure.
sorry, I am ill.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sometimes it's best that we leave our comfort zones and actually face our fears, because the reward at the end is something that's great because you won't feel scared anymore in the same situation,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And sadly, that's all for today's episode, guys. Now, be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and of course, please stream us on Spotify. And be sure to subscribe to us on our main YouTube channel. That's all for today's episode. This is Yash and Mano from SMY Podcasts signing off.
See you in the next episode. Peace out.